have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Can you see yourself working on TV, radio, or social media? As media professionals, we make our voice heard. Call the Ohio Media School and be a part of something bigger than you and me. You'll train and get the skills you need to work in TV, radio, social media, film, and much more.
I graduated and now am working as a director of marketing at a local radio station. My future is set.
Call the Ohio Media School now and be a part of something bigger. 614-723-9675. 614-723-9675.
Well, yeah, there's some old prescription pills, but my son's a good kid. He's not going to look for them.
2/3 of teens who abuse opioids get them from friends and family. Don't live in denial, Ohio. Dispose of your leftover pills.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
For today's Game 2 OHSAA District Semi-Finals Hockey Tournament game. I'm Seth Donahoe alongside Travis Napper. And Travis, if this should be a game like the first game, then we should be in for a good one.
Absolutely. 3 overtime game the last time these two teams met right here in the Ice House. Can we get 5 maybe? Maybe?
There's only one way to find out, and that's to stick around, and maybe we can see it. Let's just talk about how we got here first. Yesterday, Upper Arlington was able to defeat Berlin 2-0, and Olentangy Liberty was able to defeat Archbishop Moeller by a score of 2-1, and that one came down to the wire as well. Let's talk about some key players to look for. Obviously, for Upper Arlington, you have the likes of Max Robbins, Jack Norris, Sam Burns. Who else is sticking out for you here for UA?
Well, definitely Sam Burns. You haven't heard his name a lot. He just recently rejoined the team.
Right.
So his name has not been said a lot because he hasn't been here very much. Another guy you brought up is Jack Norris, who has been a little bit of an unsung hero over the last couple of weeks for Upper Arlington. And, of course, the goalie. Garrett Alderman has been a man on a mission for this Upper Arlington team. He had 44 saves in that 3 overtime game.
Yes, he did.
The guy's been doing all the work and been doing it very, very well. And then, of course, you have Liberty, who's got some great players as well.
Yeah, and for Garrett Alderman, leading the CHC Red Division with goal save percentage. Let's talk about Liberty. They have the likes of Max Lundquist, Jackson Bojan, Gage Schlotterbeck. Some tremendous names on that team. Who else sticks out for you for the Olentangy Liberty team?
Well, of course, this one has been, for the most part, the battle of the goalies. You got 2 high-powered offenses and some great players offensively, but it really comes down to the goalies. It starts and ends with how these 2 goalies are doing. And for Liberty, Andy Keeler has been doing very well all season long for the Liberty Patriots. Look for him to possibly do that again here tonight for those Liberty Patriots.
Yeah, as we had said, their last time meeting up was in the CBJ Cup Semi-Finals, where that went into 3 overtimes, and UA, the eventual CBJ Cup champions, won that game by a score of 2-1. Andy Keeler in that game had 30 saves. What does Liberty need to do this time around in order to get the win?
Well, they need to get maybe 45 shots because they got 44 and it didn't quite work. No, at the end of the day, it's great they got 44 shots on Garrett Alderman, but what they need to do is get better shots. 44 shots is great, but if they're not great shots, they don't mean a thing. So at the end of the day, it comes down to being better at your execution, being better at creating better shot opportunities for Liberty so that you're getting a better opportunity to get one past that Garrett Alderman.
Yeah, and just to talk about that Garrett Alderman, as you mentioned, 44 saves in that CBJ Cup semifinal. More often than not, especially in high school hockey, if you get 44 shots on a goalie, more often than not, one will fall in. What is UA going to have to do to make sure that he doesn't see that many shots again?
Well, whatever they were doing defensively, they're going to have to tighten the screws a little bit. They got pretty good protection in front of Garrett Alderman the last time around. A lot of those shots, like I said, they weren't great shots for Liberty. They were effective shots as they were still getting in the face of Garrett Alderman and pressuring him, but not a lot of those shots were stellar shots. They got the goal in that game, but all Upper Arlington really has to do is, first of all, lessen the amount of opportunities. You can't have Garrett Alderman face 44 shots again.
Right.
But just protect him a little bit better. Stay in front of him. Protect the crease. Protect in front of him. Make Liberty shoot it wide. Make them make hard shots, not easy ones.
Okay, well, the winner of this Upper Arlington Olentangy Liberty game will go on to face St. Charles, who just defeated Talawanda by a score of 2-0. Winner of this game will advance on to Saturday, the district finals, to play that St. Charles team. We will go ahead and wrap things up here for the pregame show. I'm Seth Donahoe alongside Travis Napper. And here is Ty Fisher and Julian Jackson to take you with the play-by-play and color commentary on for this Game 2 of our semifinal. So, like I said, alongside Seth Donahoe, alongside Travis Napper, this will wrap it up for the pregame show for OHSAA District Semifinal Tournament Hockey.
Good afternoon, good evening, call it what you want. It's 4:50 here at the Ohio Health Ice House. I'm Julian Jackson alongside Ty Fisher. And Ty, let me tell you something. This is going to be a great matchup today. I appreciate Seth and Travis bringing us through. I'm sorry, a little lapse in my judgment. Getting so excited here in this building right now. This matchup between Upper Arlington, the Golden Bears, against the Olentangy Liberty Patriots. They're no strangers to each other. They should know everything about each other.
And that they should. Back in December, it is worth noting that Upper Arlington did defeat Olentangy Liberty in overtime 1-0 right here on this very ice. 3 days later, they meet Olentangy Liberty, takes it back to Upper Arlington, winning 3-0 up north at Chiller North. Now we take a look, as they mentioned before, CBJ Cup Semi-Final. Both of these teams met in the CBJ Cup Semi-Finals, tied 1-1 through 3 overtimes until Max Robbins of Upper Arlington got that eventual game winner.
Well, I mean, that's something that is to make sure that you hold on to. The rubber match went to Upper Arlington, but now it's win or go home. And let's go ahead and take a further look into, Olentangy Liberty. They've got a whole lot going on. They've got a lot of great players. They're doing a lot of great things as they're introducing players right now, and the starters from from Olentangy Liberty. I'm sorry. What are you thinking about Liberty? They've got a lot of leadership there with their seniors, but of course you can't forget about Gage Slaughterbeck, who's the all-league.
Yep. And, you mentioned the seniors. When we talked to them earlier in the week, they wanted that picture-perfect scenario to be the win states. But first, they have to get past this tough Upper Arlington team. Now, you mentioned Gage Slaughterbeck. I will say one thing to look out for Gage Slaughterbeck is where he camps on this ice. He loves to camp on the wing side mid-slot area right on top of the face-off circles. That's his office. Now, if you are able to get Gage Slaughterbeck that one-time pass for him to set up a shot on Alderman, you're looking at a potential goal-scoring opportunity of that junior Gage Slaughterbeck.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and take a deeper look into what might end up being some players to watch for Olentangy Liberty for the Patriots. And we're going to go ahead and take just a moment here to recognize the national anthem. And there goes that clacking of the ice. I know it's one of your favorite things. We addressed that in an interview earlier on this week.
Yep.
Back to some of the players to watch for the Patriots Olentangy Liberty team.
Yeah, you look at Max Lundquist. He's obviously one of the leaders on the team. He's great on the puck. He knows how to get around these defenders and get shots on target. His passing is impeccable also. Then you look at Jackson Vogen. Jackson Vogen is that kind of quiet guy, but he gets the job done for Liberty, and that is key against this Upper Arlington team. Jackson Vogen is that guy who is the playmaker.
Okay, yeah. And of course, he is one of the leading assist makers for the team. Now, looking at Upper Arlington, the Golden Bears, of course, we know Max Robbins. We've heard his name many, many times. We know Garrett Alderman. We've heard his name many, many times. But the two to take note in right now is Sam Burns, back from injury reserve, had an ankle injury earlier on this season, and he's back now, and he's wearing number 42 out on the ice. Make sure you're keeping a good eye out for him, as well as Jack Norris, who's been an impact player here, as they have dropped the puck here on the ice at Ohio Health Ice House.
And right off the draw, you see a big hit landed by Upper Arlington on Olentangy Liberty. It's kind of blocked by who the hit was.
Sam Cannon sending the puck out to center ice, and Carson Griesuk with the puck takes it around into the crease, loses sight of the puck. And a shot by Woody Tavodian. Another shot there by Sam Burns, coming right back. Sam Cannon sends it across the blue line and onto the stick of the Liberty Patriots. Liberty Patriots taking over. Slaughterbeck just misses it. Everyone getting their bearings together here as they're starting off this game in the first minute.
Yeah, and you see this game has started out really fast for both teams. Upper Arlington being able to cause some danger, and then Liberty kind of bringing it right back to them.
And Sam Cannon sending that puck right down the ice, not able to connect with another Golden Bear, and we're going to get icing at 13:59. This puck's going to come all the way back to the left wing side in the defensive zone for the Golden Bears. On the puck draw for Liberty, Max Lundquist against Jack Norris.
Two of our players to watch, one for each side there.
Domagalski, another one to take a look for. You send the puck down to the defensive zone of Olentangy Liberty. Liberty attempting to make their way past center ice. Puck's back into the possession of the Golden Bears. Patriots back with the puck once again. Connected to Slaughterback. Slaughterback over to Lundquist. Sends that puck down. Domagalski, Sam Cannon. Back out at center ice, taking control. As Jack Nolan will send that back down into the crease area, and Liberty takes possession. Woody Tavonian sending that puck, trying to keep it the best they can in the zone of the Patriots.
You see a lot of plays being hit up against the boards there. It's looking like Olentangy Liberty's playing the wing side just a tad bit more than normal, trying to break the Upper Arlington defense.
They're feeling each other out at this point, and they've seen each other play so many times. I'd like to be able to assess after the first period if they're doing anything differently versus what we've seen in their first three matchups. And at 12:31, we have stoppage on the ice. And this puck's going to come back to the right wing defensive zone of the Golden Bears.
You say these teams are feeling each other out. Now, we asked Olentangy Liberty players Andy Keeler, Max Lundquist, and Jackson Vogen earlier in the week about interviews. What's the mindset possibly facing this team again? They said that they're focused on one game at a time. Now, I would like to know what their mindset was before coming into this.
Sam Cannon sending the puck all the way around. Max Robbins doing his best to get to the puck. And now a race to the skates with Sam Burns. Sam Burns got his stick on the puck. And we're going to have stoppage.
Looks like Jacob Kempa.
Sam Burns and him had collided. I don't believe it was anything that Burns had done. I think it was incidental contact into the wall there. As we did see earlier on, these guys are so physical and they love to be able to hit each other, and sometimes you overexert yourself, you catch yourself off balance, and that can become dangerous. They're going to go ahead and take a puck drop here in the left wing zone on the Patriots. It's Carson Griesach in there. Max Robbins sends the puck, and it's covered up by Andy Keeler. The all-academic honors, the senior. The smartest kid on the team is what they told us.
Yep, I was hoping you would pick up on that.
And they're setting it back up, and it's going to be Griesach who's going to take this face-off once again. And look out for Sam Burns. He's a forward now. It's only his second game back, but we could be looking at a one-time here. And they weren't actually able to gain possession after. And it's Sam Burns with a shot that's going inside and deflected off the sticks of Andy Keeler.
Sam Burns is definitely making his name well known early on in this matchup.
Well, you've got to be able to use someone that they haven't seen all year long, and that's one way to go ahead and mix it up. We were talking about whether or not their play will be any different from the first three games. Maybe not necessarily the way that they're setting up their plays and their offense. However, when you're looking at, having new guys out there and new strength, Sam Burns, I talked to him earlier on this week, and he mentioned that he's played with Slaughterback in the past. So he knows how he plays. They're familiar. These guys are familiar with each other, playing at higher levels. So keep your eye on that moving in. Patriots making their way back out of the zone. Attempting to get it back to center ice. That puck's now in retention in the possession of Rory Brennan. And Liberty sends it back down to the Golden Bear zone. Little scrum here on the close sideline to the stands. And then a little slam up against the wall here. difficult position to be able to see in. That puck's dropped on down and in possession of Domagowski. That puck slides right on past Jackson Vogen, and we're going to get an icing call here with 10:29 to go in the first period. You know, if you're enjoying this broadcast and you'd like to learn how it's done behind the scenes, check out the Ohio Media School located in Columbus. If you're interested in radio production, TV broadcasting, or digital media, the Ohio Media School is the choice for you. Visit Ohio Media School at beonair.com/Columbus. You can also find the Ohio Media School on all your favorite social media. Ohio Media School, we change lives. Face off down in the right wing zone of the Liberty Patriots. And that's going to be Aiden Johnson facing off with Keelan Reynolds of the Liberty Patriots. And another shot off the stick of a puck, or off the puck off the stick of a Golden Bear, and covered up by Andy Keeler. They're going to have to do the best they can to interrupt Keeler's space. He's very grounded and well-centered when he's down there, but right now it's looking more like they've got a power play in their zone, though how much that possession has been in the defensive zone of Liberty.
And you see Andy Keeler, he stands tall in the net. He takes up pretty much all of the space. His wingspan is massive also, so they're going to have to try and find Andy Keeler when he's most vulnerable on the ice in order to get a shot off. Kylan Reynolds blew a tire right there in the neutral zone.
And coming right back on around, Liberty setting up a play. Vincent Rengel made an impact yesterday. And now back into the possession of the Golden Bears. Golden Bears slammed up against the wall, and I believe that was from the likes of Gage Slaughterbeck. Nope, I'm sorry, that was not. That was Eli Bowden, correction. It was Eli Bowden slamming a Golden Bear against the wall. And we're going to get another icing call here at 9:26 to go in the first.
And you mentioned Vincent Rangel, how he was an impact yesterday, getting that game-winning goal against Archbishop Moeller. I'm looking to see if he can probably produce that magic again against this Upper Arlington team.
And now another face-off, and it's Carson Griesuk, who's often been noted as one of the guys you want in there. And he's fighting for this one, and Golden Bears are going to play, and Domagowski takes a shot. Liberty turning up the physicality. Down the left wing zone in a spot that's hard to see, but Liberty and Griesuk are fighting. Liberty and Griesuk. Golden Bears all over each other here. Continuing to scrum down in that left wing defensive end, and this puck's going all the way down, and there will not be an icing call this time around. Golden Bears setting up a play. Max Robbins up against the ice. Now Jack Norris. And coming down the ice is Lundqvist. Lundqvist unable to hold on.
Right now you're seeing Liberty applying pressure as they should.
Well, and you've got to be able to make them feel uncomfortable, as Carson Reynolds was able to take a shot on the net there and deflected by another shot by Carson Reynolds. You've got to be able to get Garrett Olderman to be uncomfortable in order to be able to have as many shots as you have on net. Now, he had 44 saves in their last matchup during the CBJ Cup Semi-Finals. You're going to have a lot more shots on net there to be able to win this game. And Slaughterbeck goes to the ice. That puck taken now over by Woody Tavonian. Woody Tavonian. And then it's Charlie Lenzel who takes a hit on the right wing wall. It's back and forth between Liberty and the Golden Bears. Sam Cannon finally with the puck and sends that thing on around to Woody Tavonian.
This is the same exact play that started out in the CBJ Cup semifinal. Both teams being physical with one another, getting shots off when they can, but trying to, as you said before, trying to feel each other out. And
Tanner Stone attempts to get the puck into the crease there, and that's taken all away. with little opportunity. And as they're about to face off, that face off there with Jack Nolan. And a hit on the glass, as you're seeing on your screen. We've got the little action going on, and Andy Keeler with the stoppage. And Andy Keeler able to stop that one down once again with 7 minutes remaining here in the first.
You know, there's been a lot of time spent in this Olentangy Liberty zone by Upper Arlington.
And Griesach is back with Ben Brown on the face-off in the right wing circle. In the defensive zone for Liberty. And Liberty's going to go ahead and take possession. Here is now under the stick of Shane Flanagan. Shane Flanagan sends it on over. Golden Bears taking a hit.
That was Ben Brown on Domagowski right in front of us. And another one by Ben Brown. My Lord.
Ben Brown doing the best he can to be able to put All-State running back Griesach onto the ground. And then a shot attempt. He's lost it here. It looks like Max Robbins attempting to get that puck into the crease and unable to do so. And it seems to me and he seems like he's very frustrated. And take note of the physicality here as we're checking out a hit on the, as a matter of fact, in this hit there on the right wing zone of Liberty, and one of the Liberty guys losing his stick, Griesach gets right back up and gets busted back on the other side of the ice. And the Golden Bears taking possession after the face-off. Keeping it in that crease area, a lot of defenders around still for them to be able to keep it out, and Liberty's able to poke it out to get it out of their zone. And they send it down the other side, but it's Woody Tavonian waiting. Liberty attempting to be able to set up a bit of offense here. And it's now Jackson Bojan and Vincent Rengel trying to put something together. Coming across center ice. Uh-oh, and I got a breakaway from Adam Carup. Carup right across Andy Keeler's face and not able to do anything with it.
That back post was wide open for a Golden Bear to just tap it in.
And he had no one waiting for him. He had no one following him on the play. And now pushed out of the zone there's Joey Holland. Joey Holland sitting right in front of the goalie net with nothing going for it. And we're going to get icing here. 5 minutes, 19 seconds to go. It's still 0-0 here at the Ohio Health Ice House. All right, and then now. So that icing call is going to go ahead and bring it right on back. So it's Jack Nolan in the face-off here up against Kellen Reynolds. And Reynolds somewhat smothering the puck. Liberty just wants nothing to do with it in their defensive zone. Liberty taking it all back around, but they got two defenders right in front of them.
You see, both teams these past few minutes have been able to dump the puck down into one another's zone.
Wow. And there was almost a shot there. Keeler able to spread him deep and wide into the ice to keep the Golden Bears out. And you could just hear the large gasp in the environment here after that one.
And that was a bouncing puck right in front of Keeler. Looked like it was Joey Holland that was able to get a stick on it, but just couldn't make anything happen.
And the stick, puck flying through the air. Max Robbins able to get a stick on it and stops it right up about center ice. Right up at about center ice, and that's when we're going to go ahead and get another stoppage here. I don't know if that was actually a delayed game. Now, Boston's Gourmet Pizza is a proud sponsor of Score on Air Network. Need a fun place to watch your favorite game? Head on down to Boston's Pizza in the Arena District at 191 West Nationwide Boulevard, or call to make a reservation at 614-229-4275. Face off in the left wing zone of the Golden Bears. Golden Bears, Sam Cannon in possession, setting up a play. He sends that puck out to the blue line. Puck's now with Max Robbins. Max Robbins sends it on over to Sam Burns. Can't find him open for an opportunity. Whipping it back out. Woody Tavonian with the puck. He sends it inside, and it's going to be covered up by Andy Keeler. Max Robbins and Andy Keeler seemingly having some words with each other. A little pushing and shoving after the whistle.
We said it before, these two teams know everything about each other, and the physicality and the tension that comes in this game. It's almost like as if it is a huge rivalry game. As we take a look at the replay.
And so it's seeming that these two, they're getting a little heated up. Go ahead.
Taking a look at the replay here, you see Upper Arlington being able to get the puck down below. The puck is sent out in front, and that's Max Robbins getting a stick in on after Andy Keeler was able to cover that up. That's why Andy Keeler took exception.
Now we've got Jack Norris with the winning the face-off, and then now back in the possession of the Liberty Patriots. And Schlotterbeck's got something to do with it. Sends a shot right over the head of Garrett Alderman down into the defensive zone of the Golden Bears. Calling for that puck was Jackson Vogen, and they missed him. Another missed opportunity for the Liberty Patriots. Jack Norris rolling on down the ice, making his presence felt. They are not letting them set up anything here. Schlotterbeck to Vogen. Back to Vogen. He takes a shot, and it's no good. Blocked by Garrett Alderman.
That pad save of Garrett Alderman is your best friend right now if you are the Golden Bears.
This puck back on under Jackson Vogen. He flips it on out. Now in the possession of a Golden Bear. That's Domogowski dropping it on off to Aiden Johnson. And Sam Cannon attempting to be able to retain possession. And these Liberty Patriots and these Golden Bears are all over each other. No matter where you go, there's someone else in the zone. And a shot attempt right across the face of Andy Keeler from a Golden Bear. I believe that was Andrew Sexton. Little line change here.
As you can see, Upper Arlington is kind of pressing, kind of rushing just a little bit. They have enough time to get something set up perfectly if they can just execute
Max Robbins with the puck. Now sends it to Sam Burns, and the shot's off the mark. Right across the face of Andy Keeler. They're keeping it down in that zone. Rory Brennan's got the puck, sends it inside to the crease. And it falls out. Woo! And that puck flung out of play into the stands, actually. There's no netting back on this side. That thing could have gone. No one's hurt. Someone ended up throwing the puck back onto the ice, and we'll get back at it at stoppage at 1:52. Still 0-0. This face-off being taken on the right, in the right wing zone. It's going to be Jack Norris up against Max Lundquist, senior on senior. And the Golden Bears are going to take possession. Sam Cannon's going to send it on out to the other side. Charlie Lunzell is going to pick it up, send it on that sideline. Now down, Adam Carrot. Shot's just off the mark. He can't get it in. Andy Keeler catching his breath as it goes by. And Sam Cannon with another shot there inside, keeping it dangerous over the right shoulder of Andy Keeler.
Now, I thought that puck was in, actually, on the original shot, but it hit the side netting on the left side of Andy Keeler.
It almost seemed as if Keeler kind of overexerted himself and didn't exactly know where that next bar was. And it's Max Robbins sending it back over to Sam Burns. Sam Burns with the puck. Puck handling, he tried to send it back to Max Robbins, and they couldn't connect. And someone's going to come out of here for a breather, and down onto the ice is Grisak. 55 seconds remain. Doing their best to keep it in the Liberty zone, and they cannot. Now it's Schlotterbeck up against Sam Cannon. And they're able to stick check it right on the way to get that puck out of the possession of Schlotterbeck.
And that's one player of Olentangy Liberty that you want to keep an eye on if I'm Upper Arlington. He's able to collect that puck. He has fancy moves that he's able to use to get around defenders. and create something.
And Slaughterbeck's just so smooth as Jackson Vogen flips that puck on around. And now back into the possession of another Liberty. And that was Ben Brown attempting to get a shot on net there and was unable to come up with it after he spun around with a fancy move. Now in the defensive zone of the Liberty Patriots, they take a backhanded shot, not able to go, and Andy Keeler will cover that up with 1.5 seconds to go here in the first.
Yeah, this game has been very interesting to say the least. I think, if you're Olentangy Liberty, you have to be able to keep the puck on your tape. You can't be liable for any turnovers in the neutral zone, let alone in your own zone, giving Upper Arlington that opportunity to make a goal-scoring opportunity.
And this is Griesbach, Max Lundqvist, and then in that face-off, it's going to go into the first intermission. 0-0 here at the Ohio Health Ice House. And Ty, what were you really looking at there during that first, right?
I'm looking at Olentangy Liberty, to be honest with you. I'm looking at how they're playing the puck. They're playing the puck D-to-D defense passing. That's good. However, as I said right before that face-off, they keep losing it off the tape. And if they can keep the puck on their tape and get it through the neutral zone into the Upper Arlington zone, they can actually get something going and probably get a first goal.
All right, excellent. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go to break, and we're going to send you on over to our intermission report here at the Ohio Health Ice House. I'm Julian Jackson alongside Ty Fisher. You're watching Score on Air.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy. My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Can you see yourself working on TV, radio, or social media? As media professionals, we make our voice heard. Call the Ohio Media School and be a part of something bigger than you and me. You'll train and get the skills you need to work in TV, radio, social media, film, and much more.
I graduated and now am working as a director of marketing at a local radio station. My future is set.
Call the Ohio Media School now and be a part of something bigger. 614-723-9675. 614-723-9675.
Of our OHSAA district semifinal tournament hockey between the number 2 seed Upper Arlington and number 3 Olentangy Liberty, Seth Donahoe, alongside Travis Napper. And Travis, after one period, it is tied 0-0, and I think this is what we expected after seeing that first period.
Oh, absolutely. You knew. Even matchup to start off, so nothing surprised me in this early one.
And of course, like we talked about in the first game between St. Charles and Talawanda, physicality was going to play a big part in both of these games, and that's what you expect coming down here into what as we said, the district semifinals, having a chance to play for the district finals on this Saturday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats in that first period, powered by Athletic Performance Insight. And Travis, why don't you go ahead and take the lead here?
Well, I shouldn't have said nothing surprised me, because there is one thing that does surprise me, and that's 2 total shots on goal for Olentangy Liberty. They have definitely got to get that up in the second period, but look at that, 15 shots on goal for the Golden Bears, 1 blocked shot and 5 misses. I mean, Upper Arlington has just been taking it to Andy Keeler throughout the entirety of that first period. So I expect that's going to continue going on in the second. But Olentangy Liberty, they're going to have to find some momentum to carry that puck and try to get some shots on Garrett Alderman, because right now he's not being pressured at all.
Yeah, we heard Ty Fisher and Julian Jackson there on the call many times saying that Upper Arlington players were getting the puck right across Andy Keeler's face so many times that they tried to create scoring opportunities, a few close calls, a few missed chances, but nonetheless, if you're Upper Arlington, you're happy with these results, because you know that you're able to break down Olentangy Liberty's defense, and you have them, that Liberty defense, playing back on their heels. So what is Liberty going to have to do? Because as we said, this has been a physical game, only 1 period in. Obviously, they're going to have to bring a little more physicality to Arlington, but what are some things that they have to adjust coming into the second period?
Well, Andy Keeler's got to get in the face of his players and go, hey, look, I'm doing the best I can back here. You guys got to help me. They've got to protect him a little bit better, but they've also got to get more offensive production and take some of that pressure off him, because right now they are just hammering him.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how this second half unfolds. For this intermission report, I'm Seth Donahoe alongside Travis Napper for OHSAA District Semifinal Hockey here between Upper Arlington and Olentangy Liberty. And we'll send it back to Ty Fisher and Julian Jackson on the call.
Welcome back here to the ending of the first intermission, and we still got about 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Did want to go ahead and touch on a little bit here at the Ohio Health Ice House. Now, the disparity between the shots taken and the shots on net from 2 different teams. Liberty, it doesn't seem to me, when you've got guys like Gage Slaughterbeck, Max Lundquist, and Jackson Bojan, that they would only have 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, and as we saw earlier, you saw all the big dots and how it's at 2, but those generating shots are different than actual shots on goal. So I'm actually looking forward to see if they get more shots on goal this period.
Yeah, and the big woo in the background was Sam Burns laying the cheddar down on Carson Reynolds of Liberty into that wall of 14:43, and we've got a stoppage in play here. But yes, of course, the looking at Upper Arlington being able to have a great amount of shots over what they were able to produce is insane to look at, because you feel that Liberty is so productive at times, and when you're not seeing that, you realize they're not getting the quality of gameplay that they desire. Now, maybe they're going to shake out some of those kinks, and maybe they've made those adjustments during intermission. Only time will tell, as Sam Burns takes a shot on net, and that's swooped up by Andy Keeler. Grabbed that thing up with his left paw and brought it back down and throws it to the referee. Sam Burns with a nice shot off the right wing side.
Sam Burns has definitely been a valuable player in this game. You mentioned it earlier, second game playing, and now he's making a name for himself. I'm honestly thinking that he's probably going to be one of the best players on the ice.
And that was Jack Norris down into the face-off with Ben Brown, and Upper Arlington wasn't able to keep it into the zone, and Liberty's going to take over, setting up something, but the defense flying down. Norris clipping the side of a Liberty Patriot.
That was a Vincent Rangel that went down there.
These guys know that they have to stay on top of Liberty and be sure that's one of the only ways to be able to stop Gage Slaughterbeck, as a shot rolls right across Alderman's face, which is nerve-wracking, because when you disrupt Alderman's space, he gets a little frazzled. Now, he's the best goalie that's in the CHC, but still, anyone can be razzled at any time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, I said it earlier, Liberty has to be able to get Alderman in that vulnerable position to where he's frantically panicking to get a save in order for Liberty to get a shot on goal.
Munzel did his very best, send that puck on over to Nolan Adams, and Nolan Adams unable to do anything with it. He sent the puck back down to the defensive zone, and we're going to get an icing call here as Alderman attempts to cover it up outside of the net. 13:20 remaining, 0-0 in the second period.
And that's actually an interference call on Upper Arlington.
An interference on UA.
Looks as though it would be Charlie Linzel.
Charlie Linzel frustrated on the other side, not able to do anything with that puck, getting it on over to Nolan Adams. And instead, he'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box. And that's one of the things the guys have talked about in the past. They've got to stay out of the penalty box. You've got to stay disciplined in this matchup because you don't want to go down and to put yourself in a compromising position.
Little pushing and shoving going on that far side.
Max Lundqvist taking his face off. Liberty not able to get to the puck right away. And the Golden Bears, Max Robbins, handling the puck down the ice, making a couple smooth moves and a shot. Andy Keeler gobbles that thing up right in his chest pads. And 13:05, still a minute 46 left on the power play.
I don't know if you noticed, but Max Robbins was smooth and silky. We're coming through the middle there, being able to get that shot off. The way his stick handling was great.
Seems to be up. Carson Grisak taking that face off with Max Lundqvist. And now the Patriots, none other than Jackson Vogen setting up the play. Looking for Schlotterbeck, making his way across the blue line. And the puck just gets away from Ben Brown. Jackson Vogen retains possession, keeps it over the blue line. And that puck falls out of play. And an attempt to get it on over to the first team All-CHC, Gage Schlotterbeck.
I really want to point out that the DDD passing that was just happening. I was really impressed by Carson Grisak being able to read that play and tipping the puck out of play.
And if you go ahead and take a look here at the Carson Grisak save, right in the center of his chest, and that beautiful shot by Max Robbins, right there from center ice. And this puck now back in play, trails down the side of the Patriots. Jackson Vogen sending it on out to Ben Brown. Ben Brown looking for somewhere to go. Ben Brown gets that out to another Patriot. And that was Schlotterbeck, unable to do anything with it. Schlotterbeck, watch out now. He had done a lot of talking earlier on this week when we interviewed him about not doing his own thing and sticking to the plan. He said it's gotten him in trouble in the past by trying to do too much. Jackson Vogen, that's a shot on net, and it bounces, tipped, and bounces right over the head of Alderman. Jackson Vogen going right back at it. And that's picked back up. And it looks as if it is, yes, it's Sam Burns. Get a little nutmeg to the defender as he sends it right through his legs. And we're going to get a stoppage on the ice here.
And it's going to be a call. As you saw, Sam Burns was able to get around the defender. But it was a Liberty player that interfered with Sam Burns being able to corral that puck and get something in on Andy Keeler.
So 2 minutes into the penalty box, 4. And as you see here on the replay, as he gives him a little nutmeg here. And was that on Schlotterbeck?
Can't really tell.
I don't know who's in the box right now. And the penalty play will be over for Liberty here in just a moment. As they are in even strength, they're going to get a fifth man back for the Golden Bears here in just 3 seconds. Liberty scrambling around, doing the very best they can. And it's Upper Arlington back at full strength with 11 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the second. Still a minute and 30 to go. So the Golden Bears will have a minute and 30 on the power play. No icing call here with the man in the box, Max Robbins. With a light pass, a dainty pass across the blue line.
Gage Schlotterbeck has one heck of a shot, honestly.
And then here, and it's Domagowski with another shot on the net. And that's deflected off the right thigh pad of Andy Keeler. Max Robbins sent out to Sam Cannon. Sam Cannon cannot hold on to it. Turns it over for just a moment to Max Lundquist. Max Lundquist taking a shot, and Alderman's able to spread out and keep it out of the net.
And that's one thing Garrett Alderman is very good at. He's good at getting across the crease and stopping with those pads. As I said before, those are his best friends. And as you saw right there, a prime example of that.
And when you go ahead and look at the way that you were saying that he's able to flex, fluctuate, and move around, he's so nimble. And he's able to move all the way across that ice in his own circle, and he feels comfortable in there.
Yeah.
As Liberty takes this face-off battle, they still got a man in the box for another 30 seconds. And Golden Bears have retained possession, trying to make the best of the rest of this power play. And Max Robbins with a shot off the thigh of Andy Keeler. I'm sorry, that was not Max Robbins. That was actually Rory Brennan. It's easy to see an 8 on the back of a jersey and think it's Max Robbins. Andy Keeler spread out.
And fans were not happy about that. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So, Andy Keeler goes down to make a save. The reason why the ref blew the whistle is because he lost sight of the puck. And as you saw, the puck was loose, but if the ref can't see the puck, he's more than likely going to blow play. So that way, as you see right here, the shot comes in. He's out. The ref's off screen a little bit, but he can't see the puck, so that's why he blew the play.
The ref can't see the puck, or do you mean the goalie can't see the puck?
The ref couldn't see the puck.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry, the official couldn't see the puck.
Okay. All right, so you see a stoppage in play when there's 3 seconds left on the power play. And a shot attempt back inside by Isaac Moe for the Liberty Patriots. And you could probably hear in the background that some of the Golden Bear faithful were not happy about this. It's another shot taken inside by Shane Flanagan. Liberty doing their best to keep it in the zone, and now it's a takeaway from the Golden Bears. Golden Bears going across center ice, and it's Adam Carrot swinging that thing around and just missing out on Charlie Lenzel. And these guys continuing to take hard hits on each other, and it is... I want you to be sure that you make sure you amplify your personality with the theater people. Now, they can help with your entire home setup of entertainment or networking and security. Call 614-604-6327 or visit thetheaterpeople.com to build your dream home entertainment system. We're going to get a face-off right next to the right wing circle on the side of the Liberty Patriots. Puck's awfully close and dangerous with Andy Keeler as the Golden Bears are able to keep it farther inside their zone. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to play, and Schlotterbeck loses his footing. Rolling across center ice. Puck back into the sticks of the Liberty Patriots. Max Lundquist in a fight down in the corner for the puck along with Jackson Bojan. Sam Cannon sticking his nose in there. Able to move this puck cleanly in, and Sam Burns with the puck once again, right off the pad, and it's a goal! The goal for Max Robbins on the rebound, and the shot came from none other than Sam Burns.
I love the recognition from Max Robbins on that play. He did not give up on the initial save, by Andy Keeler and was able to get that rebound shot over that right shoulder.
And that's what it's going to take to be disruptive with these type of guys and these type of goalies who are so grounded, so smart, and so disciplined. And you've got to imagine that the one and only Sam Burns is going to be able to receive the credit for the assist on that as it goes off the pad of Andy Keeler, and then Max Robbins able to whip it up into the top left corner of that net. Still with 8 minutes to go here in the first, and it's now the Golden Bears leading the Liberty Patriots by 1.
You know, I also want to say that was good on Sam Burns to stay onside on that play also. Any step further, he would have been called for offside.
And Liberty Patriots sending it across center ice as Eric Bauermeister sends that thing down into the defensive zone of the Golden Bears. And if you're the Golden Bears, you can't let up here. You've got to keep your foot on the gas. This is where you don't step off. You've got to keep rolling, because if you let them back in this game, you're going to look at a bigger battle than what you bargained for. Nolan Adams find another place for it to go. And one of the Golden Bears going out for a line change and lost sight of the puck. And now icing.
And taking a look at the replay of this goal is just remarkable. You see the puck gets dumped down into the zone. And there's Sam Burns, that initial shot, that pad save. Max Robbins comes from the center of the slot and is able to get his stick up and at him and get that puck over the right shoulder of Andy Keeler.
As he's skating to the right, able to flip that puck up and over the right shoulder of Andy Keeler, it seems like he defied some physics there.
I would say so.
And right inside of the crease, and Andy Keeler looks like he's lost it, but the net is toppling over. And we've got stoppage of play, a little scuffle going on down the ground. Got heated there for just a moment, and in on that action's Jack Nolan. Jack Nolan ended up on the bottom of what, I don't know if they were able to find a puck here.
I think it's buried under Andy Keeler's left pad.
Yes, it was.
There it was.
I mean, in incredible fashion, Andy Keeler able to do whatever he can.
Looking at that replay, look at the movement. You saw the movement come around from Upper Arlington and be able to get on that side netting. However, Andy Keeler was there to get his glove on the puck, although it was pushed around.
Well, great job in how hectic everything was. And then, of course, one of the Golden Bears able to pull the net down and over. And we know we have to get stoppage of play there.
Yep.
So Nolan Adams is in that face-off, and Liberty is taking possession. Nolan Adams back with possession. Nope. And now at center ice, they're both fumbling with this puck. Down the defensive zone, Sam Cannon battling with Ben Brown. And these guys are really all over each other. They're getting a little chippy now.
It's not to be surprised with these two teams. You know, they face each other 4 times beforehand.
And that puck, as it's sent down the ice by Joey Holland, remaining in the defensive zone of the Patriots. Isaac Moe sending that puck back out behind the blue line. They've got to get everyone back, so it's not an offsides. And it looks like that's Jacob Kempa there battling with Isaac Moe to get it out of their defensive zone. And it finally does. Domagowski sends a possession on out to Sam Cannon. Sam Cannon looking for somewhere to go, and he just misses Charlie Lenzel. Charlie Lenzel able to take a shot and send it on in over to Andy Keeler's left-hand side, and Keeler was able to bottle up that genie.
Upper Arlington has found their feet now, being able to, press as hard as they can against Olentangy Liberty. They could have had a chance right there. They could have caught Olentangy Liberty sleeping on that line change.
And they did the best they could. Now Carson Grisak is here on the right wing, facing off, trying to send it back to Sam Burns. Trying to pull that one-timer, the play that they've had before and we've seen success with Max Robbins. They were going to give it to Sam Burns, and it didn't quite work out as smooth as it has in the past with Grisak down for the face-off. And as you know, Boston's Gourmet Pizza is the proud sponsor of Score and Air Network. Need a fun place to watch your favorite game? Head on down to Boston's Pizza in the Arena District, 191 West Nationwide Boulevard, or call to make a reservation, 614-229-4275. Upper Arlington with another shot inside. That's no good. Andy Keeler lost his stick. This is dangerous. Keeler back with his stick, and it falls out of the zone. Couple of opportunities there missed by the Golden Bears. Yeah, Ty?
Yeah, definitely. Max Robbins just couldn't get his stick on that wrap, on that.
And an opportunity for Jackson Vogen here. And that puck deflected and sends it up into the sky for a fly. Coming right back at it's Max Lundqvist. And that shot's off the mark. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. And they're stuck down the left wing side of the Golden Bear defensive zone. Now Sam Burns sends that and whips it right on past a teammate. And who else but Max Robbins down on the other side. He's going up against Carson Reynolds. And the speed won't stop here as Eli Bowden takes it down. Shot deflected off the stick of Garrett Olderman. And the one thing they've got to continue to do is keep those guys out of the crease. You cannot continue to have Garrett Olderman disrupted without him taking a shot in the net.
If you can keep the crease clear, then you wouldn't have any problems. However, you can't really expect that to happen with the speed of Olentangy Liberty.
And this puck going all the way down deep on the other side off of the stick of a Golden Bear. And now he ends up getting an icing call with 4:03 remaining. And this puck's going to come on down to the right wing defensive zone.
Taking a look at this replay, you're going to see, I'm assuming it was going to be that Max Robbins attempt. You know, he was able to get around a defender and get that puck, yes, right there. He was able to park right in front of Andy Keeler, but just couldn't get his second attempt perfect.
And on the opposite wing of that ice. So we're hoping you had a left-handed guy to be able to take that type of a shot if you were going to hit it for a one-time. Now Golden Bears, after the face-off, take possession here. 3 minutes, 58 seconds remaining. Coming down center ice. Getting physical, a couple hits there on Ben Brown. Falls to the ground from Liberty. And UA wants nothing to do with it in their defensive zone, doing everything they can to keep it out as Liberty tosses it right back on in there with a puck slap by Landon Smith. Looked like the puck went up and hit the netting there, but continues to fall across center ice. And we're going to get another stoppage. At 3 minutes, 30 seconds. It's UA over Olentangy Liberty by a score of 1-0 tie. It's 1-0.
Indeed it is.
You've been here before.
I have been here before. If you are counting Olentangy Liberty out, that is the worst thing to do. Olentangy Liberty is able to fight with grit and be able to create those chances that they need. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a goal from Liberty, maybe in this period, maybe in the next period.
Max Lundqvist able to get possession of that, and now all of a sudden it's Schlotterbeck. Haven't seen a lot of Schlotterbeck yet to this point. It's almost like his ice time is down, but he blends in sometimes with the likes of Jackson Vogen as they both wear 18 and 19 back-to-back. So those two really like each other. They're one of the same. You know, assist goals. Each of them top-ranked in their respective divisions, but, you know, a quiet Schlotterbeck.
You know, I think maybe Upper Arlington has found that way to keep him quiet, keep him off of the score sheet.
Carson Griesuk, Max Robbins. We've got a face-off right here. Watch out. And Griesuk able to get the possession of the puck there after the face-off, getting it down into the crease and disrupting and making Andy Keeler very uncomfortable, but Keeler, very disciplined, covers up the puck. And we're going to come back for a face-off again, Ty. Griesuk, Max Robbins sitting right behind. Watch out for a shot opportunity.
And we've seen it all before in the CBJ Cup Final against St. Charles.
And instead, it's Jackson Vogen's going to take the face-off instead, and Max Robbins tries to get it in there. But instead, Andy Keeler was able to gobble up that puck. Incredible. It's just the placement. You can't have it that way every time. That's why we call it a one-timer, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if you noticed, the second time that this happened, you saw Max Robbins kind of choke up on his stick a little bit. Like he wanted that shot as opposed to the first time. You know, they lost the face-off the first time, but that second time, he was able to get something off.
Now at the Jack Norris. Jack Norris is facing off with Ben Brown. Ben Brown pops on out of the face-off circle, and we're going to get and one of the umpires on the ice is making a statement down there to all the gentlemen. Ben Brown, Jack Norris, and Adam Karip able to send the puck, I'm sorry. And Domagalski not able to keep possession. Got a nice battle here on the blue line and the Golden Bear zone. As Domagalski sends that puck around for a ride on the boards. And that puck, deep shot back there. Just getting that puck out of the way was Nick Schumacher. Nick Schumacher getting that puck in and out of there. And a shot on net. Andy Keeler once again with that big old glove. The kid's so strong, so smart. He sees the puck well. And a shot from the deep left wing wasn't going to make it past him.
Well, that's why he's one of the smartest players on the team, according to Max Lundqvist and Jackson Vogen.
Max Lundqvist, Carson Griesuk. It was in a good position for a Golden Bear, but that was forfeited, that opportunity.
And the speed of Gage Schlotterbeck right off that faceoff was quite impressive.
Gage Schlotterbeck's speed is impressive. It's just that he's never really had a spot open to be able to run away with the puck. I mean, it seems that Golden Bears are all over the place. And some fumbling around with the puck from both teams. Now Schlotterbeck taking a shot right up over the head and glove of Olderman. Hits the glass, and now with 1:40 remaining, doing everything they can to get it back inside. Jackson Vogen with the puck. Jackson Vogen now finding Carson Reynolds. And that puck knocked away back into the Liberty zone. And that's Jackson Vogen whipping the puck down to the center ice, and now it's going to be a battle. Patriots versus Bears.
And Carson Reynolds mishandled that puck. That's why it came all the way back into the zone. Just got through his skates. He couldn't get his tape on that to settle it down.
And Sam Cannon sends the puck up a high and over center ice, and it's going to go down to the defensive zone of the Liberty Patriots for an icing. 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining in the second period. Somehow, to me, it still felt like the first when I looked up at the scoreboard, but it's 1-0 here.
Yeah, it's 1-0, and, you know, I'm thinking that Olentangy Liberty is starting to gain more traction in this game. I'm thinking that, and I'm sorry, not Olentangy, Upper Arlington gaining more traction in this game.
Ben Brown winning the faceoff for the Patriots, and now the puck back out at center ice. They're going to have to reset before they cross to avoid an offsides. And Sam Cannon will be the first to the puck in the Golden Bear zone. Got some more scrambling going around. Guys keeping, it seems as if they've tuckered themselves out a little bit now in getting into the second period, as they're showing some signs of slowing down in this line, who you don't generally see that much of, has been out there for an extended period of time.
Yeah, these long line changes, these long shifts can really wreak havoc on the legs.
And that puck going out across center ice onto the Golden Bear zone. Garrett Oldman sends it back on out for the referee, and it's 15.6 seconds. We have icing here at the Ohio Health Ice House.
You know, I'm interested to know, what have you liked of this period so far?
The shots on net via both teams. I'll be interested to see what the athletic performance insight brings when we take a look at the charts and see who's doing what. The amount of saves by Andy Keeler with all the action he's been seeing, actually being able to get his hands on that puck at times has been something that I would like to note, because he's definitely one of those guys who you look up at and say, man, you marvel in his presence because he's so good.
Yep.
And ending the second period now, it is the Golden Bears retaining that lead. It's 1-0 over the it's Upper Arlington Golden Bears, 1-0 over the Olentangy Liberty Patriots.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
sportsmanship, teamwork,
Teamwork.
how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play. And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy. My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Back here at the Ohio Health Ice House for the OHSAA District Semi-Final game between Upper Arlington and Olentangy Liberty. Seth Donahoe alongside Travis Napper. And first, before we go in to talk about the second period, we do want to apologize. We had the wrong graphic for the first period shot chart. The one that you are seeing now here, powered by Athletic Performance Insight, is the correct shot chart. In that first period, Olentangy Liberty 2 shots on goal, and Upper Arlington an astonishing 15 in the first period. So we just wanted to apologize to you guys real quick and show you that this is the correct shot chart for the first period. Now, in that second period, Travis, Upper Arlington was able to break the ice, if you will, first and be able to get on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, and you had to imagine it was a matter of time. They were pressuring Andy Keeler very well in that first period. So the second period, as long as they were able to keep that up, I had no doubt that this was going to be the result we got to. But give credit to Liberty. They've picked up their intensity a little bit as well, and it's looking a little bit more like this is going to be a back and forth. Ty said it best. You can't overlook Olentangy Liberty. This game is far from over. There's still a period left. If anybody can say that, it's me and Tyler Fisher, because we sat through a 3-overtime game between these two teams. So believe me, this game is not over until it's over, and we still got one period left to figure that out.
And Max Robbins was the goal scorer for that Upper Arlington goal. Who else but Max Robbins after he's having a heck of a season this year, off of a rebound from Andy Keeler's pad, I believe.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics for the second period. Once again, powered by Athletic Performance Insight. In the second period, Olentangy Liberty with 3 shots on goal, and total shots for Upper Arlington, on goal for Upper Arlington, 13. So now you're looking at, through 2 periods, Upper Arlington has 28 shots on goal, and Olentangy Liberty has 5.
Yeah, it's not been a good day for Olentangy Liberty. They've got to find some way in this third period to get a better control of the puck and send it up the ice and try as much as they can to get Garrett Alderman pressured, because right now it's just not happening as much as they would like. And so Upper Arlington is doing their job. They're protecting Garrett Alderman and they're pressuring Andy Keeler, but Liberty has got to find some kind of momentum right now.
And it's one of the key points that we brought up in the pregame show is last game in that CBJ Cup Semi-Finals, when these two teams went off, Garrett Alderman took 44 shots in that game. Now, that was including 3 overtimes. But through 2 periods, only 5 shots that Garrett Alderman has taken. And like you said, Upper Arlington is doing their job. On the offensive side, they're able to get the puck into the Olentangy Liberty zone. And when they're on defense, they're able to stop the breaks that Liberty is trying to make a run on.
Yeah, they're getting good stick checks. They're getting a stick on the puck, sending it back up the ice, clearing it out. They're doing all the fundamental things you want to do if you're Upper Arlington. And like you said, they're protecting Garrett Alderman a lot better than they did in the other matchup where they went 3 overtime. So they've done a better job this time around of making sure he doesn't face 44 shots.
Yeah. Well, I know we may sound like a broken record, but it is not over until it is over. last period here coming up. We got about 2 minutes left. Yeah, we think. We got about 2 minutes left here, but for the second intermission report, I'm Seth Donahoe alongside Travis Napper. This is the OHSAA District Semifinals for the Columbus District, and the winner of these two teams gets a chance to play St. Charles on Friday. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and send it back over to Ty Fisher and Julian Jackson.
Thank you for that intermission report, Seth and Travis. Now we're back to the action on the ice, and there was already a shot on net at Andy Keeler down that way. Travis, we looked at a lot of good things here over that past intermission period. What's it going to take for Liberty, to be able to come back?
Well, they have to generate those chances. I keep mentioning it. They keep losing the puck in the zone, in the neutral zone. They can't keep doing that. What needs to happen for Liberty is that they need to get chances generated. They need to keep shooting the puck on Alderman.
And that's another opportunity there. That's a shot on net, putting it right in front of him in the crease is Sam Burns. He's looking for that action, and he won't stop until he gets some.
Now, you talk about shots. Now, I want to point this out really quick. You see all the blue dots that are right here on the screen that we're looking at right in front of us. Those are the shots in front of Keeler. They need to keep doing those and poke that puck into the back of the net to double the lead.
Yep, and I can see that one little star there. That looks like that's the goal.
Yep.
And the shot far out from the right wing wall. Andy Keeler catches right in his glove, and that shot was from Sam Cannon firing it off. So we're going to go ahead and get a face-off in the right wing circle in the defensive zone of the Patriots. It's Jack Norris for the face-off. Fighting with the puck quite a bit. Adam Carrot sends it in, and Keeler's going to cover that up. We've had 3 face-offs since we broke into this intermission, and it's still got 14:06 remaining. Liberty's got to be able to get this thing out of their zone. They've got to do it quick.
Yeah, they spent about 56 seconds. I'm sorry, 50-something. They spent a lot of time in their zone, and they need to get it out of there in order to make something happen.
And now we've got smooth skating. Ice looks great after a nice swoop by the Zamboni. And Adam Carrot taking it across the blue line, and a shot. And that's off the mark. Hitting the wall from the other side. Now Adam Carrot's got it back. And Liberty doing the best they can to get it out of their zone. Charlie Lenzel touches it for just a moment. Now Isaac Moe takes a shot on the net, and that's thrown away by Garrett Olderman. Olderman going to cover this thing up. He said, I don't want any of that mess. Get it away from me. So they will have a face-off down in this zone, and they're going to have a line change here for both teams.
Now, if I'm Liberty, I desperately need a win off this face-off if I'm Olentangy Liberty. You see, they have the weapons out there. They have Kellen Reynolds taking that face-off. It's a desperate win for them.
It's Kellen Reynolds out there up against Jack Nolan. I mean, you just have tough guys after tough guys after tough guys for this team, and Nolan Adams here taking that puck, attempting to find Joey Holland across the ice, and is not able to. And now they've lost a little control. And we get a whistle on the ice. With 13:05 remaining, this is the third period here at the Ohio Health Ice House, and I'm Julian Jackson alongside Ty Fisher. Ty, you think that there's going to be any additional sense of frustration here coming from Liberty as time moves forward?
As time winds down, you're going to see Liberty start to, press a little harder like they do just now. But if I'm Upper Arlington, you can't let that get to me. Yeah, you're going to get hit. Yeah, you're going to have some tussling. But if I'm Liberty, I desperately need to throw everything forward and get something on net to frustrate Alderman, as you keep saying.
Well, and you've got to be able to hear Sam Burns with another shot. And it's being fumbled around. Keeler's not able to keep a hold of it. And somehow that thing spits back out onto the ice. And Whitty Tavonian trying to send it right across. A good clean hit in the crease. They're putting a lot more defenders down there where Keeler is to attempt to be able to keep the Golden Bears out.
something to block his vision.
Sam Cannon attempting to send him in. And Liberty, sick of what they were dealing with, and sends it down to the defensive zone of the Golden Bears for an icing. 12:09.
I don't know if you noticed this or not, but on that previous play, you saw the two defensemen up at the points, but then you saw 3 Upper Arlington forwards, 1 on the left, 1 on the middle, 1 on the right. That traffic is what they are trying to get in front of Keeler to throw him off his game.
And there's so much traffic there. And in the replay, you see Eli Bowden being able to take one of the Golden Bears to the ground. And it was just a big mess. And I'm sure a lot of the referees weren't able to see exactly what was happening on the ice. Now in control of that puck, it's Golden Bears. It's Jack Norris taking it up the ice. Adam Carup doing everything he can in his power to get to the puck. And it's an icing call.
Jack Norris, the quiet kid of the team that we spoke with earlier in the week. But I like his play style. I do. It's very upfront. It's very aggressive, and it's very to the point.
Well, and we asked Jack. I said, man, you seem like you're the most quiet one out of the bunch. I said, you do a lot of letting your stick and skates do the talking, don't you? And he said, yeah. And that was about all he said.
Very nonchalantly. Yeah.
And a nice little attempt of a hit on the wall comes from Ben Brown on Nick Schumacher. And now Liberty firing away the cannons here. Chasing the buck across center ice. The Liberty Patriots and bringing it back into the zone of the Golden Bears. Shot on net, right past Alderman. He skips up out of the way. And Charlie Lenzel taking the puck down the ice. Crosses the blue line into the defensive zone of the Liberty Patriots. This possession being retained by Colton Pater. And it seems as if we are.
Looks like a delayed penalty on Upper Arlington.
And that's Charlie Lenzel going in. And we've got a call here, and 2 minutes goes into the box. It is Charlie Lenzel.
Not sure what the call was.
It's a 2-minute penalty.
Not sure what the call was.
It seemed as if he was attempting to. Jackson Vogen shot on the net. Garrett Oldman unable to hang on, but did deflect it. Jackson Vogen back in control again. And they're able to get it out. Now it's Sam Burns on a breakaway. Let's see what he can do. Just off. Sam Burns, when he gets it, the feeling is electric. And an offsides here called.
Any more to the right of that Sam Burns breakaway, it could have been 2-0.
And the save here coming up by Garrett Olderman. It's a valiant effort as he was able to keep that thing out, and he wasn't able to keep control of it once it hit his chest and bounced off of him, but they were able to get it out, and then all of a sudden it results in a breakaway for Sam Burns moving down the ice, and we've got a timeout from the Olentangy Liberty. And we've got a timeout from the Liberty Patriots here in the third period. As they are on a power play with 1 minute and 34 to go, you have to imagine they're going to be drawing up something.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Be sure to stay tuned after today's contest for the Mojo Sports Gear 3 stars of the game. For all your custom apparel needs, give Mojo Sports Gear a call at 614-864-6656 or visit their website at mojosportsgear.com. You've got to imagine being down one and what that's like to be able to do, but knowing that you missed out on an opportunity with essentially an open net.
Yeah, and taking a look at this, you see Sam Burns just take that puck right in the neutral zone, gets around the defender with that one hand on the stick, being able to flick it up, not even up, just flick it past Andy Keeler. Like I said, any more to the left. I said it right earlier, but any more to the left, that could have been a 2-0 game.
Well, and he had the pressure. He had Keeler sitting on the left side. They played that really well defensively. Keeler on the left side, and then another defender coming in from the right. So it was a very difficult play to be able to make. But if it was only him and Keeler, I won't even tell you. We would just have to see what happened. Schlotterbeck turning around. He's fighting with Griesach on the boards, and now it is Max Robbins taking it in a smooth shot down the ice, and he can't send it in. Right off the shoulder pad of Keeler. Now it's Schlotterbeck's turn. Watch for a big shot here from Schlotterbeck. He's going to be attempting one as soon as he gets a spot. And Jackson Vogen instead able to send a shot deep down the middle. It's deflected and goes out of play.
That Andy Keeler save was just remarkable. And Max Robbins was able to get around that defender, as you see right here on the replay. Almost identical to Sam Burns, but look at that move right there. That move around that defender was able to open up that space for Max Robbins.
And Jack Norris down for that was Jack Norris battling for the puck there in the face-off with Eric Bauermeister. And now Liberty has to completely reset with 45 seconds remaining on their power play. Spinning down the ice are all the Patriots. Patriots able to keep the puck down in the defensive zone of the Golden Bears. Sam Cannon sends it on over. Jack Norris sends it on down the ice, back out, and Liberty retains possession. Griesach comes onto the ice. And it's Domagalski flicking that puck back out to center ice, and he's not able to make it there. And Liberty back again, sending it for another rotation around the boards. Schlotterbeck's got it now, looking for an open spot, and poked away by Sam Cannon.
Strong read by Sam Cannon, knowing the move that Gage Schlotterbeck was going to do.
Sam Burns, he's going to break away. It's one-on-one with him and Keeler, and he's not able to send it in. That's big shouts to Keeler. Keeler being able to take a look at him and stare him in his eyes and still be able to defend that. Sam Burns back with the puck again. And Sam Burns sends one high. An incredible opportunity. Am I wrong?
No, you're definitely right. And you said it, all credit goes to Andy Keeler. 2 times that he's stoned Sam Burns right in his tracks. And I just can't get over it. The second save, I'd say, was better than the first one.
Yeah. I don't know what he has against Sam Burns, but I know he's playing out for his team. I mean, would you look at that? And the way that these guys are able to turn it up, Max Robbins, Sam Burns, Schlotterbeck, any of these guys, these athletes, their division, these guys are first in their division. They're first team guys for a reason. You see them have to go out, and you see Diego Patones in the game prior to this one. When they have to turn it on and go, they go. Golden Bears win the faceoff here. Domagalski at center ice. Drops it off to a teammate, Jack Norris, trailing closely behind. Adam Carrot playing the defense. Now it's Domagalski, alone with Nick Schumacher. And Alderman having to cover this one up after an attempt from Shane Flanagan of the Liberty Patriots.
Isaac Moe, I'm pretty sure that was Isaac Moe, was parked right in front of Alderman, right at the top of the crease, waiting for that. Had Ben Brown found him, I think there would have been a good opportunity for Isaac Moe to at least get a shot on goal. Whether it went in or not is all up to Alderman, but pretty sure he would have stopped that also.
And here we've got Eric Barlmeister. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Kellen Reynolds in the face-off of Jack Norris. And the Golden Bears are going to take it. It's 2-on-1. It's 2-on-1. And that was Charlie Lenzel sending it back to Adam Carrot. And a great effort moving across that zone for a shot and just couldn't connect. Kellen Reynolds going to control this play. He loses sight of the puck, and now he's in a battle. And that puck sent up and out of play with 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here at the Ohio Health Ice House. You know, Boston's Gourmet Pizza is a proud sponsor of Score on Air Network. Need a fun place to watch your favorite game? Head on down to Boston's Pizza in the Arena District, 191 West Nationwide Boulevard, or call to make a reservation, 614-229-4275. And after the face-off at center ice, it's the Patriots. And now the Golden Bears as Sam Cannon flicks it right on down to his buddy, Sam Burns. And after a play on the left wing wall, we're going to get stoppage.
Keep an eye out for Andy Keeler in these next couple minutes. In a tight game like this, 1-0, you're almost prone to see Andy Keeler make that. You're almost bound to see Olentangy Liberty pull Andy Keeler with at least a couple minutes remaining.
Well, I guess we'll just have to be. You've watched him more than I, but I think 5 minutes could be just a little too soon unless you're exaggerating that couple-minute mark.
Well, a couple minutes can mean a lot of things.
I could agree with you. And a couple minutes could mean a whole lot more in a game like this. And as Liberty is battling to get it out of their defensive zone, shot after shot from the Golden Bears. And Tavonian able to send that back into their zone. Liberty doing everything they can to get it out and reset the tone here in the Ice House. And now it's Robbins. Robbins looking for Sam Burns. Unable to see, and it bounces off what looked like the pull there, Andy Keeler.
And that's what happened. That's what happened earlier in the game. You know, I said that I thought the puck went in, but it hit that side netting, which can be deceiving to those on, especially where we are positioned at. It could be very deceiving.
Sam Cannon going to be the one to get back. Gets a little assistance from Garrett Olderman. They have a line change. Sam Cannon sending the puck down the ice and off onto the other side. No icing here. Continued play. 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. Coming down the ice is Ben Brown. Ben Brown sending it around the boards. And now battling for these pucks. Good shot on the inside and a great save off the sticks, or off the thigh pads of Garrett Olderman, rather. That was a sneaky puck.
You know,
and it looks as if there was a hit along the sideline between, and Ben Brown is going into the penalty box. That is a huge blow to the Liberty Patriots with 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
You know, I'm really intrigued by the conversation Landon Smith was having with the official. And I'll ask you why. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I can't remember who it was that was down here, but there was a play where it could have been an interference call, and that's what Landon Smith was talking to the officials about.
Yep, so that's Ben Brown. He's going to spend 2 minutes in that box, and it's got to be killing him and killing his team. We're looking no more than terrific sportsmanship out of two of the top 10 teams in the state, two of the top teams in just the division. But in this Columbus area, they have a lot of respect for each other and emotions flying high, of course. And we couldn't exactly see what the offense was, but Ben Brown's going to spend 2 minutes in the last 5 minutes of this contest, which would then throw a wrench in the plan of being able to pull a goalie at any point as Sam Burns win this faceoff, and Domagalski sends it over to Max Robbins. And now Griesuk finding a place to go. On the puck or on the stick of Sam Burns. Sends it back to Sam Burns. Plays it with his skate. Griesuk battling him and Sam Cannon. They're going to send it back out to Sam Burns. Nope. Cannon retains. Send it back over to Robbins. Robbins to Domagalski, and it toes the edge of that blue line. Domagalski looking for a shot inside. Deflected over the head of Keeler. And the rest of the ones camp. And Sam Burns for another shot on the inside, and that not able to go. Sam Burns aching for a goal here.
It looked as though Andy Keeler got something on that.
Sam Burns, and another one. Not able to get it in, and now it's going to fall out of the zone, and they're going to have a couple guys change in line for Liberty, as well as for the Golden Bears. Back to Domagalski. Domagalski's in control. Sends it on over to Max Robbins. Max Robbins with the shot. He's off to the left side of the net. Doing the best they can to keep it in for a power play. No icing call here, and Olderman sends it out to Sam Cannon. Sam Cannon setting up the play for the Golden Bears. 25 seconds remaining on the power play. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this contest. Battling along the left wing. And a goal! It's Sam Burns! Finally finding the net for the Golden Bears. And I tell you, I didn't think it was going to happen that way.
I was not expecting that. Sam Burns just caught that right blocker side, that right lower blocker side of Andy Keeler wide open, making this game 2-0. I was saying earlier, you know, Sam Burns could probably get something going, and now it is.
Sammy Burns, first game back yesterday for this season, out with a ligament tears in his ankle.
And look at this replay.
He gets dropped off by Jack Norris, and so much distraction, and he didn't even see because Jack Norris is toeing the line of the left side, or the right side rather, of his net. And Sam Burns sneaks right up and sends it right up over his left shoulder. What a play. What a play. And it's now 2-0. The Golden Bears over the Liberty Patriots with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. And that there with seconds ticking down of the power play for the Golden Bears. They almost made it out. And a shot on net by Charlie Lenzel. And that's no good. Sam Cannon controls the puck. Sam Cannon dumps it across center ice. And now it's the Liberty Patriots playing for the rest of their season, under 3 minutes. Down 2. It doesn't really ever seem as if Liberty was able to really get going. Schlotterbeck seemed absent.
Yep.
This time, there's still a lot of time left, so I don't want to take anything away from him, but it just seems as if there's something missing for the Patriots this evening.
Yeah, and you know, it could be a lot of things that could happen.
We've got a stoppage in play, a couple guys getting busted up, and going into the penalty box here is a member from the Golden Bears. And that will be 2 minutes. So now we're looking at making this interesting, Ty.
Yeah, and it's as we look at the replay of that hit, you see it looked like Sam Cannon.
And now making it interesting once again, it's Sam Cannon who goes into the penalty box. And frustrated as they are, and now it's the Liberty Patriots, led by Schlotterbeck.
And I was thinking it was Gage Schlotterbeck. Again, as I said earlier, Andy Keeler was also off the ice. They did pull the goalie. So to get that extra attacker to make it 5-on-5. Sorry, 5 on. My math is wrong.
So it was 6-on-5. They had somebody down, so it was 6-on-4 instead.
Yes,
because
thank you.
Cannon just went in. They went off the face-off, and Schlotterbeck was able to put it in the net. So making this interesting here with 2 minutes to go. Don't count them out too early. And 2-1 was where it was the last time heading in to that triple overtime thriller. Going to go ahead and take back and really get a good look at this. And Schlotterbeck and it's actually Jackson Vogen. It's easy to be able to confuse the two, but they are one of the same. That's one of our guys to watch is Jackson Vogen. He gets the puck from Gage Schlotterbeck, and Jackson Vogen's the one with the score. So we apologize for that. I'll take the responsibility, and back inside of that crease, being disruptive, once again, is the Liberty Patriots. They're not finished yet. Another shot on net, and this time it's Schlotterbeck. and they tie this thing up. Never count them out. 1:47 seconds to go, and it's 2-2. I think we must have spoke that into existence. So first, it was Slaughterbeck to Vogen. Now, Slaughterbeck all on his own and slips it past the guy who was All-State from last year, the guy who's All-CHC this year, their goalie, Garrett Olderman, Andy Keeler. They said, Andy, we got you, babe. And they went out and scored 2 for him. How about that? How about them apples, Ty?
The happiness and joy of that goal that I saw. Andy Keeler was skating so fast to his bench in just awe and happiness that they tied this game up. It is game on right here at the Ohio Health Ice House.
Woo-wee. All right, here we go. It's 1:30 seconds remaining. This is nothing but action here. Only time will tell with 1:30 to go. We must have spoke that into existence. Max Robbins now with the puck. He crosses the blue line. He's looking for Sam Burns. Sam Burns not available. Sam Cannon, everyone's got to get back. And 2-2. You keep your foot on the gas. You don't play for OT here. Dare I even said it, and I said it, and here we go. Ben Brown fighting for the puck. And a big hit from Sam Cannon. Slaughterbeck's now with an attempt. They've got to get that thing out of there, and Sam Burns dumps the puck down to the other side of the ice, and we're going to get icing here.
That is what you want as an Olentangy Liberty patron. I want to take a look at this replay right here. I want to see just exactly how this happened. Of course, puck's down to the point. Gage Slaughterbeck just comes right in, circling around defenders, and just finds that wide open left glove side of Garrett Alderman for the goal.
And it was right across the face of Garrett Alderman. He had a good spot, and he put it in. It's Max Lundqvist down with Jack Norris here on the faceoff, and Jackson Vogen slides in for a shot, and it's deflected and almost goes up and out of play. And on several occasions, we've been able to see what the Golden Bears do, and they get in a tough spot. It's never easy. But as we did say, you got to keep guys out of the penalty box to be able to make something happen here. And Golden Bears playing in somewhat of a panic at this moment. Jackson Vogen, that shot's blocked. 18 seconds and counting. Gage Slaughterbeck tries to send it on in to Max Lundqvist. Not available. Jackson Vogen to Max Lundqvist. And getting that thing out of there. And that puck's cross center ice. Let's see if it'll make it down to icing before, and it doesn't. Liberty. But Golden Bears, Olentangy Liberty, the Patriots, and we're going to overtime. And we're going to overtime. I'll say it again in case you didn't hear me.
We've seen it all before. We've seen it all before. Again, this is almost replica. This is almost replica to the first time that these two teams met. It was here at this very location that Upper Arlington did take the win 1-0. However, in that triple overtime game, it was Upper Arlington that to get the eventual game winner. However, we see that Olentangy Liberty has now the upper hand in this match, getting 2 unanswered goals, one right after the other. A better look at this goal. It looks like, yep, right there.
And he too was sliding left and away, and was still able to put up a shot, and he settled himself in the ice, but was still able to put up a great shot. And Olderman's view was just, he didn't have him in his sight.
Yep.
And he really wouldn't have known what to do, but it was so cloudy down there for him. His vision was not clear, and there was nothing for him to do.
I also think, with the movement of Gage Slaughterbeck and being able to skate and collect that puck very nice and clean and get that shot off, I think maybe it kind of threw off Alderman just a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe he was expecting an overrun.
Well, and these guys are only going to receive a 3-minute break in between what's going to be another full period. I believe each team will end up being at full strength. We're still going to be able to run with 5s here.
Sounds about right. Maybe maybe 4, so I'm not really sure what the...
I would like to get the official Ohio High School Athletic Association ruling for a contest moving into extra periods after, during a tournament time. So the note we're receiving right now is that it...
So if we just got where that's the same as CBJ Cup. So each team is 5-on-5, 8 minutes. If it's tied after this, another overtime, 5-on-5. However, I think they will have a Zamboni cut, so they will come out and clean the ice. Teams will go back to their dressing rooms for words, come back out. And if it's still tied after the second, then they'll do, I believe, 4-on-4, 8 minutes. And for the third overtime and the fourth overtime, if it's still tied after that, they go a fifth overtime, I believe 3-on-3. And if it's still tied after that, then we'll have a shootout.
And that sounds like a whole lot.
It's a fun time.
It sounds like a whole lot leading into what it could end up resulting in a shootout after a couple of overtimes. But, of course, this is high school. We love being able to watch it, so that's really not a problem for us at all, and we hope it's not a problem for you. This game started at what was supposed to be 4:15. I think the puck actually dropped at about 4:55.
Yep.
But when I said good afternoon or evening earlier on, I meant what I said. So as we've got less than 30 seconds remaining in this small break, it's 2-2 at the Ohio Health Ice House. And you're watching high school hockey on Score and Air with Julian Jackson and Ty Fisher.
I'm loving a fun thing to point out. I'm loving at the far end of the ice. It looks like a small contingent of Olentangy Liberty student section down there behind Alderman.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be beating on the glass best as possible, making it noisy. It's the very best opportunity to be able to be in this type of atmosphere because this place is probably at about 30% of its total capacity, which I'm just happy to be able to have noise in the background. It's Max Robbins ripping one off to start. And Andy Keeler is able to stop that down. He pulls up his glove like it's nothing and hands it off to the referee. 7:51 remaining in the fourth period of play, the first overtime. And Griesuk is going to go ahead and match off with Ben Brown. Ben Brown got an early stick here. And these guys are amped. It's pretty much 0-0 tie.
It's like a whole new ball game here. Even though it's played with a puck, but still.
All right, Sam Burns, these guys turning around, looking for where they need to be. Sam Burns lost his stick. He's able to come out and pick it up. Winnie Tavonian. And now all of a sudden it's a Liberty taking back possession. Ooh! And that puck flies up in the air. Seemed like it could have been a problem for just a moment. And Sam Burns fighting for the puck. They're down. It seems like he's going double team, and Max Robbins with an opportunity to go one-on-one with Andy Keeler and lost control of that puck and sent it up into the sky. Woody Tavonian falls back as this puck. We're going to get a stoppage in play for icing with 6 minutes, 56 seconds remaining. And Ty, if you would like to go over the athletic performance insights, shots on goal from this in that last period.
Well, we know both teams were able to generate shots, and just by looking at that quick second, it looks as though, Liberty more got shots on the maybe the right-hand side of Garrett Alderman, which is almost where those goals came from.
Yes, and in the backhanded shot attempt coming from Charlie Lenzel, it's not going to work. And right now, it is the Golden Bears really in control. They've got better possession of this puck in this third.
It was the left side of looking at the wrong spot. So it was the left side of what seemed to be maybe Andy Keeler to get that.
So what it was is the shot came from the right side for the Golden Bears in the Liberty zone. And then on the other side, the 2 shots that were generated for goals each came from the right-hand side of Alderman and the left wing side in the Liberty zone. So that's where the 2 goals came from for Olentangy Liberty to tie this thing up and be in overtime. We've got 6 minutes left here in the first period of overtime. Could be the only period of overtime. Liberty battling back and forth. Upper Arlington with control. Max Robbins with the puck. He sends it up, and it's up too high. Max Robbins retains possession, sends it in. Back out to Whitty Tavonian. Sends it inside to Sam Burns. Sam Burns not able to hold on. Sam Burns now able to take it right around the baseboards inside, and Andy Keeler able to cover it up. Max Robbins receiving a friendly push from Landon Smith there after the whistle.
Very dangerous play right there as Andy Keeler was able to corral that puck inside that crease. If it was still loose, there looked to be, maybe I think he said it was Max Robbins was almost on the end of that could have poked that home to end this game.
Well, and it seems as if they're opening up the playbook a little bit more as Max Lundquist and Jack Norris now head-to-head for the face-off, and we're going to get an early whistle. Seemed like we had a couple of early whistles on occasion, and where in the last game we kind of saw them just letting them play. In this game, it's a little bit different story. Lundquist fighting more and more for the puck. Jack Norris on the backside. Charlie Lenzel with the puck. Takes it inside, and Andy Keeler's able to collect that puck right from the ice. With 5:17 to go, we're going to get another face-off. Now on the right wing portion of the Liberty defensive zone. And Jack Norris, they're going to stay consistent by having him take these face-offs. And then, of course, Max Lundquist, senior on senior. These 2 leaders of these teams, 2 of our players to watch, 1 from each team. These are impact guys, even if they're not the ones scoring the goals. And whipping that thing over to Slaughterbeck is Jackson Vogen. Slaughterbeck with the puck, and he's now lost it. In the looks of Rory Brennan of the Golden Bears. And a slap shot taken by, that was Jacob Kempa. And struggling down the left wing side of the Golden Bear zone. Liberty doing everything they can. And Ty, one thing I was going to mention earlier on, it kind of seems as if Upper Arlington has kind of opened up their playbook here late to be able to see new looks and things coming around the net, getting in the crease, not just taking wrist shots.
Yeah, and it seems as though those 2 goals from Liberty really caught them off guard. I think if there had...
Brian Savage with another shot on the net there. Not able to hold it down. Coming back, Kellen Reynolds. And now the Golden Bears, and then we got a whistle. And Sam Burns cannot believe the whistle.
It was a hand pass.
He's in disbelief about the hand pass call here.
As I was saying earlier, those 2 goals from Liberty really caught Upper Arlington off guard, thinking that they probably had this game put away. So now they're caught flat-footed, giving up 2 goals, and now they're going to the playbook, as you mentioned, to try and make something happen here to end this game.
This time it was Carson Griesuk with the face-off, and now it's Sam Burns waving his way through traffic, and he takes a shot, and it's just off. It bounces off the thigh pads of Keeler. Keeler sits back on his bottom in a vulnerable position, is able to get back up. And it's a foot race between Sam Cannon and Ben Brown, and now it's going to be an icing call as Ben Brown did his very best to make his way to save it. We're going to see another face-off down in the right wing zone for the Golden Bears. I'm sorry, it's the right wing zone for the Patriots, but in favor of the Golden Bears.
Yes.
Jack Norris, Max Lundquist back at it again. Jacob Kempa sends that puck on out. Now it's Sam Cannon who's got it back. Back to Charlie Lenzel. Charlie Lenzel dumping the puck. And Woody Tavonian fighting for it. He's got Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck fast on his feet. Looking for Jackson Bojan and can't find him. Battling going along the left side wall in the Golden Bear zone. The shot goes to Alderman, and he flicks that thing back out. Adam Carrot stopping this puck down. Now taken into his hands is Woody Tavonian, and now taken away by Gage Schlotterbeck. And Sam Cannon picks his pocket. How about that?
Again, that's
and now Gage comes right back. Takeaway after takeaway. Keep it out of the way, Gage Schlotterbeck, and he has another attempted shot on net. It was blocked.
Again, that happened earlier in the game where Sam Cannon just read Gage's moves. And was able to take away that puck and stop him from getting a good-looking opportunity.
A line change at what seemed as a bad time. Those guys really had to rush down to the other side of the floor to get back to their defensive zone as Alderman was in distress by a Liberty Patriot taking a shot right across his face. And battling for this cup, we got guys diving onto the ice. And a shot there by Jack Nolan. Right across the face from sideline to sideline. Griesuk doing everything he can to be able to send that puck into an advantageous position. He's unable to. I'm sorry, that wasn't Griesuk, that was Joey Holland. 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining. And Max Robbins with his stick back on the puck again. I'm sorry, that wasn't Max Robbins, that is Rory Brennett. Rory Brennett. Minute 31 seconds remaining after another icing call. We're going to have another face-off in the Liberty zone. And now we're going to have Carson Griesuk going to the face-off circle against Max Lundqvist. The junior versus the senior. And it looks like Schlotterbeck coming back onto the ice. Yep. And Schlotterbeck. And Griesuk doing the very best he can to battle for this puck in a scrum. And now the Liberty Patriots looking to retain possession here. And now into the stick of Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck not able to hold on to it. Right back into the, not going to get an icing call here, and they're pressured. We've got about 1 minute remaining. Schlotterbeck not able to hold on to it. Griesuk knocks it away. And that puck kind of dies right in the center ice and stays dead.
Looked as though it hit off the official as Gage was trying to clear it out.
Went off the official skate.
Well, it looked as though.
There's a lot of touching of the puck, whether it be shoulder pads or hands, knocking it down, guys putting their stick on it out of the sky. And we've got a wide open. It's Sam Burns, one-on-one with Andy Keeler, and he scores! He scores, Sam Burns! And that's it, the kid who just came back from an injury in his second game. And it's the Upper Arlington Golden Bears going to the district finals against St. Charles on Saturday. Who would have thought?
And you see it right now, the same sort of thing happened at the end of the CBJ Cup Semi-Final. Every Upper Arlington player going over to Andy Keeler.
Well, incredible sportsmanship. So, and you know, as I had said earlier on, it was, you know, something that we were going to actually have to experience it, seeing those two be one-on-one together. If Sam Burns could ever get a breakaway, there was always a defender trailing him.
Yep.
Well, with a minute to play, perhaps there were some guys from Liberty cherry picking. And then as soon as that puck was going back and forth, you weren't able to be in the right position. Let's go ahead and take another look at that.
Taking a look at that replay now, you'll just see Sam Burns just come out of nowhere almost. Right there, just coming from the top and was one-on-one. Caught the defender sleeping. Who was that? That's Vincent Rangel. Caught him sleeping, getting around that backside of Rangel, and he's in to end this game for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears.
Well, and I'll tell you right now, I'm without words to be able to move forward and be able to tell you what this game has meant for these kids and the implications that it has, because now on Saturday you're going to get a rematch of the CBJ Cup Finals.
Yep.
And it shows you the power of the teams in this league and the strength of the teams in this league and just how, high stakes this really is. Sam Burns, once again.
Another good look at this replay. Now watch, he just comes right back from here, comes down and through that center, just finds Vincent Rangel sleeping, finds that backside, and is able to put that puck in.
And as we were able to say earlier on, these guys, these breakout players, these players to watch, these guys who are top. I mean, Sam Burns was a kid who was third-team All-State last year, alongside Garrett Olderman and another gentleman who's now graduated with the Golden Bears from last year. They had two guys who were first-team All-State, and that other guy, I forget his name, but he ended up, moving on and graduating, and he, was All-Ohio, or he was the Offensive Player of the Year in Ohio. So you've got Garrett Olderman as a senior, and he was first-team All-State. You've got Sam Burns finally back from injury and all active on the roster. Moving into these playoffs, the Golden Bears can certainly be dangerous. So the 3 stars of the game. We're going to go ahead and take a brief few minutes here for a break, and when we come back, we are going to have the presentation of our Mojo sports gear, 3 stars of the game. For everyone here, I'm Julian Jackson alongside Ty Fisher.
Can you see yourself working on TV, radio, or social media? As media professionals, we make our voice heard. Call the Ohio Media School and be a part of something bigger than you and me. You'll train and get the skills you need to work in TV, radio, social media, film, and much more.
I graduated and now am working as a director of marketing at a local radio station. My future is set.
Call the Ohio Media School now and be a part of something bigger. 614-723-9675. 614-723-9675.
Well, yeah, there's some old prescription pills, but my son's a good kid. He's not going to look for them.
2/3 of teens who abuse opioids get them from friends and family. Don't live in denial, Ohio. Dispose of your leftover pills.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So, where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
sportsmanship, teamwork,
Teamwork.
how to work hard,
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
how to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we welcome you back to the Ohio Health Ice House after another thriller. I'm Julian Jackson alongside Ty Fisher. Ty, was it everything that you were expecting?
You know, I told you during an intermission that it wasn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a lot of dump passes. I wasn't expecting a lot of back passes, you know, and all that fun stuff. But after those 2 goals from Olentangy Liberty, things started heating up, and that was the Olentangy Liberty Upper Arlington game I was hoping for.
Well, as soon as those 2 shots were made, Jackson Vogen goes back-to-back in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds with his buddy Gage Slaughterback. Those 2 have been a 1-2 punch for that team all season long, and you could see how upset they were once we got into overtime. But now we're going to go ahead and present to you the Mojo Sports Gear 3 stars of the game. Star number 1.
Well, so, you know, I kind of want to go back down to, I want to do, 3. You know, I want to go back to 3. You know, Max Robbins gets that goal. That's a good one. You know, Max Robbins is one of the prolific goal scorers on that team. We did see him get that game-winning goal against St. Charles, who they'll be facing next in the CBJ Cup Final. Next up, Andy Keeler at number 2. What a guy. 39 saves on the night on 42 shots saved. On 42 shots, my bad. And, you know, he stood on his head throughout the entire game. You know, being able to keep them tight and keep Olentangy Liberty in it was great. Now you look at number 1, Sam Burns, the kid that just returned from being on the long-time injury report. 2 goals and an assist. You can't ask for a much better performance than that, especially from someone who hasn't played a game all season until the playoffs. You get a performance like that from someone, you got to give him the number 1 star of the game.
Yeah, well, I'm actually absolutely in agreement with you, and it was an incredible game to be a part of and a game to call here at the Ohio Health Ice House. We thought we were starting at 4:15, and we were slated to start by 5 o'clock. We did get the puck dropped, and it was just a wonderful experience being here and the energy that you're able to feel, a great playoff atmosphere. But the season's not over yet.
Nope.
And we watched St. Charles earlier take on Talawanda, and were able to be victorious in that. And so now they're going to come back, and we're going to do all this again here at the Ohio Health Ice House once again next Saturday. I believe those games are at 2:15. So that's going to be the district finals here for the Columbus District. So once again, here at the Ohio Health Ice House, you're watching high school hockey. I'm Julian Jackson. This is Ty Fisher. Score on air.